All right, let's get to the ain't much strategy here. We are outmatched. We are so outmatched. Let's just hope that their scheme is so bad that we can actually capitalize. I'm gonna play assignment football. I'm gonna do what's right and stick to the process and not worry about the outcomes and just.
Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receiver and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of
this
that
team is
in
loaded.
this one. Welcome everyone to the Woodshed, East Lansing, Michigan. Spartan Stadium on the banks of the Red Cedar and home to Michigan State.
Okay, we home. That's the good news. So we can actually audible.
Taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Michigan State Spartans.
They lost to UCLA and Illinois. Some team they lost to. Oh, it was weird. Oh, Boise State.
Jesse Palmer, guys, let's get down to the field.
They lost to Boise State.
The Spartans will get us started with the opening kickoff. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Oregon's offense will have first crack at this one. And
all right, first down. We're going to turn auto flip off.
Performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't
nice. Got him in the backfield, baby. Oh, no, we didn't.
He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
This crowd full of throats, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Moore to the air. Got his man.
Had a wide receiver on him. I mean, a linebacker on the wide receiver.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now.
He's going to get touched, all right.
Dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that rate and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. Guys, let's chat for a moment about Oregon. It's been a season to remember so far, fresh off their new top 10 ranking. How far can this team go?
Well, they're starting to get there now, right? And I think once you get some big wins, Jesse, and you start to climb up, you start to feel that and the momentum and the confidence that it builds with your squad. I think we might just be scratching the surface.
Good job, defense.
Yeah, that's the difference with this team is it feels like they're really starting to believe. We always knew they were talented. They knew it too, but getting some of these big wins this season, I think they now believe they can take down anybody in the country.
Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way.
All right. Not bad.
So Michigan State's offense will get the ball for the first time. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this cornerback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long.
Let's go, baby.
He's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch.
Are they blitzing?
He's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. 2 NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
And And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. From the gun, he leaves it with the back.
Okay, we'll take 6.
Pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Motion from the
they got double team action going on.
In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Got it in the middle, it's McCray. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
To the air on 1st down. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long.
And a base.
Now the play fake. Under fire. Hit as he throws.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if it...
Turning it on. Just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. And the Spartans will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Not much you could do about
This
that.
defense looked pretty good last week. Of course, they had 2 sacks, and their coaching staff told us they really wanted to be able to build on that. Great news. They've already registered a sack here early.
That's all right, guard.
The Spartans trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to fire. Shoots it to the left. Makes the grab outside. It's McCray. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Gets it inside the 5, and now it'll be 1st and goal from the 4. And the Spartans kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They'll try to get it in with the run.
Get in there. Nice.
He takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Spartans.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
That's good football.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They go 83 yards on the drive, and they finish it off with the score from the 4.
4
just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Moore will throw. They're setting up the screen.
Go ass down.
Sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They've got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. The short hand. It's Johnson.
Coward.
Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
That's really got to make this offensive coordinator feel good calling plays. You get a completion on 3rd down early in the game, and he should be having a lot of confidence now moving forward in this game calling plays.
Can't get him to the ground. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Makes the grab. It's Perry. He gets it up to midfield, forced out of bounds at the 50.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick 6. So nice job by the quarterback with his
Nope.
hands.
And I don't think he got it. The defense stands tall on 3rd and inches. And the Ducks decide to punt it away.
The Docks.
This will be the 2nd
All right.
time they've had to kick it
Lock
away.
him.
Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. They'll give it to the back. It's runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Wants to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And back to the air on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Marsh. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. That's the end of the quarter, and Michigan State has the lead. And after that 1st quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd. this offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. The Spartans send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. He'll take it on the return. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They really need to find a way to punch back on this drive, already down 14. They'll go to the ground.
Nice.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of...
I got to see that because I was looking at the receiver. Okay.
But no more than that.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones. D linemen staying in their gaps. Linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Give
no.
to the back. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a first down. Moore to the air.
Nope.
And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
Hell yeah. Dang, nobody was open.
You can just start to sense the frustration building for this offense after that incompletion. Right now, setting up 4th down. They haven't yet scored a touchdown. They just can't find a rhythm in this game. Obviously, the defense, the big reason for that. But if this offense wants a chance to win, they have got to start stringing some completions together and get this quarterback in a better rhythm.
Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your play.
These dudes are just fast.
Finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
They go to the ground. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. And the Spartans come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll try to run for it. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
You love to see this on offense early in drives. Getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Right back to the well. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, it's clear the coaching staff had a little conversation before this drive, and they said, we have got to run the football. All 4 plays of this drive so far have been runs, and they're taking a bit of an attitude shift here. They want to be physical, and they want to pound the defense into submission.
Wide receiver going in motion. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Got the first down and more. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The Spartans are flying down the field. To the ground. He's got it again. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
I ran this play already.
Big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Oh, he makes the catch. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
I old coach said, "You'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain."
On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here.
Oh.
And I don't think he got there. No, they stopped him short. He does not pick up the first down.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
And the Spartans will go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down.
Hold on to the goddamn ball.
Oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it.
It doesn't matter.
The Ducks
We're
ready
okay.
to go back to work on offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Moore will throw. Got the quick pass. He makes it up to the 20-yard line before going out of bounds.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
He's got it.
Get that ball out.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
A great job by the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
He'll sneak it.
Nope.
And the defense
Nope.
stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it. The Ducks will send out the punt unit.
The
They'll look to
Ducks.
pin him deep. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense...
See how bad he's hurt. Oh, he only down 1 speed. Okay. Ramel. Nah.
Up shot. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Gonna run it. It's Frazier. Picks up the first down, still moving. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll run it again. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. They'll move the wide receiver. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Timeout, Michigan State.
They're not afraid to run man coverage.
Now on 2nd down. Back to pass. Fires to the wide out. Finds a man on the right. And they're able to make the tackle.
Really nice discipline by that receiver against man coverage because you know that throw is going to be in your back.
Off play action. Buying some time. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Spartans line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time.
Hey, how the hell he caught that? That should have been a pick.
The young fellow on the sidelines be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
More to the air.
I love it.
The Ducks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking downfield very late in the half. Caught in the backfield. It's Perry. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone, or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors.
I didn't expect this.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in East Lansing. And how can
Okay,
we begin our
we got to run the ball. Let's keep running the ball. Keep the game as it is.
praises of one of the elite backs in football.
I mean,
Racking up huge numbers on the
run the
ground,
ball.
even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the
But still, if you see something, take it.
And if this defense doesn't adjust his strategy,
Like, don't just be conservative. If you see that you have leverage in a certain pass concept, go for it, you know.
the place they've been playing football
But
for more than 100 years, Spartan Stadium.
that right there should have been a pick.
All right,
I read that like a
ready to
book.
Start the second half here.
Oh, we get the ball back. Okay, so let's just run the ball.
Ducks will kick it off to start the second half.
Make them play our game.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Buys just enough
It's all
space
good.
across the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half.
Yep.
They make the
I'll
stop
take
after a
4.
gain of 3 to the 31.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones
Be
that
patient.
make it go.
Oh,
Back to it.
nice.
There was no
And it's all good,
way.
baby.
Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here.
Nice.
Got him downfield. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And that's a huge 3rd down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on
Flag.
the field.
Run the gun. The running back has it. Got enough for the first down.
We good.
Once more.
Decline.
Down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Offside.
This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. And the Spartans come to the line with a new set of downs.
All right, man on man.
Looking for room. It's Frazier.
Nice.
You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back.
Man, he threw him off like
they're trying to stay on the field.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Finds the tight end. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. Looking for a productive play on first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw on first down. Setting up the screen. And he never had a chance.
Yeah, they're too powerful.
The defense was right there.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language.
I don't think I ran inside zone here.
Line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
So you got X, R1, triangle.
Back to pass on second down. Gets it out fast. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. It'll be third and long. Gonna look downfield again. Hauls it in.
Whoop.
Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Motion from the wideout.
Here's man coverage.
The give out of the gun.
There we go.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Give to the running back.
Get in there. Nice.
Touchdown, Sparty. An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
That was a hell of a run. Good patience.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
This is how we're supposed to play football.
Extra point makes it 14-0.
Slow, methodical.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Arkansas State is in front. They've responded well to all the off-the-field chatter this week, but they still have to finish the job, and that is no sure thing right now. They're up by 4 over South Alabama. Sunbelt, Funbelt. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. really short gain on that one. Defense all over it. The Ducks will hustle for the line. Moore will throw. Complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
He gets it up to the 44-yard line. He'll be marked out of bounds right there as this offense continues to roll.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
That's caught. It's Moore. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45.
That's a really nice looking throw. When I think about the Ducks offense, I think about explosive plays, right? In the running game, but also in the passing game. I feel like if this team is going to win the conference, they need this guy here to be able to make throws like that on a consistent basis. But I'll tell you, he really gives him a chance. He makes this offense go.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the tight end. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And we haven't called his name a lot, and I think this offense, they need to find a way to continue to manufacture touches for the big tight end. And I don't care how you do it. I don't care where you line him up. He's that good, and if I'm this offense, I'm going to find him more often.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play. Right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon.
Next time I'm going to use a QB spy.
Go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone.
It's all good.
Quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic.
I dared him to run, and he did. Hey, but hey, next time I got your ass.
Wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Wide receiver comes in motion. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Snagged in the middle. It's Collier. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. So now it's 2nd and long.
So X, triangle, square.
Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. Still running at the 40.
Nice.
They get him out of bounds. Couple yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48. And this offense is...
Well, let's take it to the 4th. Dang, I did not expect the score to be this low. I mean, on paper, they should supposed to be a landslide victory. They should supposed to blow us out.
Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. The give to the back.
Man, nobody blocked him.
How about that defense?
Is that a blitz? Oh, it's nickel
couple.
2 trap.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Spartans have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile.
This man coverage.
From the gun.
Damn. That dude just, they just let people run right by him.
Backfield and they take back what he got on the previous play.
Defense doing their job getting that last stop, and now 3rd in California. Not a lot of play calls to convert this, so defensively, let's get off the field now. The clock's running. We need to give it back to our offense with as much time as possible.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
Gotcha, bitch. Get off me, motherfucker.
Touchdown, Michigan State. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under and make a big play for you.
Yeah, when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They're in a precarious spot here. That lofty perch in the rankings hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Moore to the air. That's reeled in. It's Coleman.
If he was looking, he could have had a pick. But he was looking at the man.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Second down, they'll go to the air.
On your ass.
It's low. Crosses the 30. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line. And this offense,
They got the playmakers for it. Nope.
behind the line, it's Coleman. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. Like, it's late in the football game. You know they're passing the football because you're up a couple of scores. You pin your ears back. You try to get to the quarterback.
He hurls one deep down the left side. He caught it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
After that big play, they're trying to pay it off right on the goal line. They'll run it on first and goal.
All good, baby.
Touchdown, Ducks.
I mean, they got the players to do it. I don't know why they didn't do that the whole game.
The open lane and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives
All right, let's slow this game down.
all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line.
Hold on. He could be fumbling. And he's a high risk. That's why I wanted in anyway, to be honest with you.
And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute.
Ooh, you'd have blocked him. That would have been nice.
Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Here's the handoff. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air.
Damn it. It's all good.
Ball to the ground, 4th down coming up. And the Spartans will punt this one away.
Hit me.
Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Leaves it with the back. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart this offense a little bit. They got to get some points, and he's that big physical guy, breaking some tackles, making some plays. Here in the fourth quarter, they're going to need it.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Grab behind the line. It's Cole.
Ooh, that dude is twitchy.
After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
That's what I'm saying. They got the better athletes.
Right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Takes the handoff. It's Davis.
There you go, big fella.
And the defense stops him just
What y'all gonna do? They're gonna have to go for it. I mean, really not.
Find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Oh, I gotta turn auto flip off when I'm doing QB sneak defense.
That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
All right, close it out, baby. Get him. Ah, shit. Nice move.
He picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
He said he'll remember the price he paid after that
See
hit.
another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Got the first down and still on his feet. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Use the play fake. Now to throw.
Tackle him.
Grab. It's Perry. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
I like the slot receiver because it gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
The Ducks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Leaves it with the running back. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
All right, now I turn off auto flip.
It's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not opening up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying the run altogether.
He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
Well, they say low man wins, and on that third down, the defense, they were expecting quarterback sneak. Did you see how low the D-line got? And they were able to just stymie that offense for no gain.
Ah, shit. Damn.
And he's chased out of
good play call.
Before he gets the first down, stops the clock, and has them on the move trying to get the late score.
Good play call.
And guys, if they can somehow, some way find their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the fourth. Trying to slam in. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And you got to get locked into the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
They'll run it to the left here.
Oh, nice blocking. Damn.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon.
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a two-point conversion.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now in a tight game, another opportunity for this offense.
These are simple routes, the drag routes that go across the field.
Where's my guy back? Oh, high risk.
He actually can turn into huge plays. You see all the speed on the outside now, wide receiver. You get in his hands quick, he can go make a play, make one guy miss, and maybe next time he can make an even bigger game.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake on first down.
Oh.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. The Spartans now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Going deep. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third. Now the offense has its shot to keep this game from going into overtime. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. A strike downfield. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. And the Spartans will line it up on 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Spartans can really attack on this second and short. Right back to the well. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
They'll move the wide receiver. They'll try to get the first through the air.
Hold on to the damn ball.
Opportunity on third down as just knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. And now on
One.
fourth down, they will put it on the
One,
shoulders of the kicker
two,
to save
three.
them with his foot.
And save him indeed.
Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
Got enough to hold these fools.
Once the field goal puts them on top, they can almost taste victory if they can keep them from scoring to tie or win the game. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Nice job by the
Pressure's
kicker.
on them.
Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. And they only need a field goal, and they have to manage the time wisely here.
Yeah, I think you want to manage the clock, Reese. Be smart with your timeout situation. Know where to attack, Jesse, on the field right now.
Yeah, generally you want to attack with your best players. So get them in matchups that you like and get those guys the football.
Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. And I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
Pressure coming. And he can't get it off. Down. What a huge play this late in the game. Last chance coming up. Rushes on him.
Got his ass. Yeah, bitch. It's over. Nice. Hell of a game. Okay.
Type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoil.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game. And I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you, regardless whether this team is ranked or unranked, when their home crowd is like they were today, they're tough to beat, period. And you know this crowd and these fans, they're going to be celebrating this win for days and days to come.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Hey, we were out. Dang, we held them to 32 rushing yards. Yeah, they play soft, man. They got a lot of physically capable players, but they just play a weird brand of football. Very unorthodox. No turnovers. Played it safe. Played it smart. Ran the ball. Didn't do any weird substitutions. So I got to stop doing that. So only time to sub in is if, you know, wear and tear impacts the player. That's the only time that the engine will allow a substitution. And he had 11 tackles. Tied for first in solo. Yeah, tackles for the loss. Yeah, this is good. That was a good game. No touchdown passes. He only had that one run. It was all runs. Yeah, they running all them bowl screens, and they had a 96 over 94. What the hell? You couldn't win with this team. Look at that tight end. He didn't even get involved much. They outmatched us up front. It was weird. Good win. Oh yeah, he had that big play He had that killer moment in the game with that streak against their best corner. Yeah, that really messed them up. See, the difference was they couldn't run the ball. We had the same passing yards. The difference in this game was running the ball, controlling the clock, and not making mistakes. That was a program-defining win, baby. Let's go to the next week. That was big, man. After losing to Nebraska, I was done. I was like, okay. See, these are the plays I should have been going after from the beginning. All right, let's finish. Are they gonna allow us to recruit? Yeah, okay. Let's see who's in the top 5. So the quarterback, trying to close. Got a left guard, 313 pounds. So he all about playing style. Let's see if we can close. Well, it's not that. It's not that. Not that. So it could be standard bearer. It's not that. Not that. So it is standard bearer. Let's try to lock these guys in, especially Wisconsin. Yeah. All right, we got pro potential. Ooh. I think we better just keep brand exposure, athletic facility. Let's see if we can sway him with brand exposure and athletic facilities. Ah, that's the only one that has both. Gym rat. Let's see if we can close with that, even though we got a D- grade. Nobody else recruit. Wow, nobody else recruiting them. Oh yeah, Illinois is. We'll see. We don't got no visits set up. Pro potential. Oh, that's it. Gym rat. He likes facilities and pro potential. Okay, we'll see. We'll see if we can win. All right, now we got 50 hours left. Let's see if there's anybody I wanted to scout. What is that brain thing? Strategist? Oh, so we knocked down his playing style requirement. I could still hear the music. Yeah, I'm just getting guys. I'm just looking at size and location to home. Now this was actually a good recruit right here. I need one more gadget guy. Yeah, I want guys who's worried about, being close to home. Yeah, I try to get everybody within A plus to B minus as far as proximity to home. I already signed these guys, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, see, I should have signed more people than what I did at this point. Had I went after guys that I could get who are more affordable and still quality players. Don't mean they're bad players. It's just I had my pool. Probably would have found more gems scouting that way instead of going for gold. Speaking of going for gold, let's see if there's any leftover unrecruited 5 stars or 4 stars. What's his deal breaker playing style? Dang, nobody offered him, but we're not getting enough interceptions. Or our passing yard, we allowed too many passing yards for him. Yep, so there's one more. 6'1", 215-pound contact seeker with one offer. That greedy possession. Okay, they're about to close. Yes, top 5 stage. I could go after him, but 6'1", 109. That's kind of light for a contact seeker. Let's see. That change of direction is ugly. See why nobody offered him. Coach Spugits. Change direction 78. I might start going after those north-south receivers. Like I said, I'm just going. Yeah, I'm not really gonna be picky with archetypes anymore. I'm just gonna see who has the proper body type for the position, and just regardless of the archetype, I'm going there. But now, far as edge rusher, I do want my left edge to be. As far as playing style, is run defense. So pure power guys are for run defense. Now the power and speed rushers are for uh, sacks. Get to the quarterback. A lot of people I thought at first power rushers were the edge setters, but no, they're not. They're still pass rushers. They just use a different means to get to the quarterback. They use power as opposed to finesse. Now the speed rusher use more finesse to get to the quarterback as opposed to power. Hold on 1 second. Was I even talking the whole time? Did you hear me when I said was up? I gotta rewind, see if I was even. Dang, that whole time I wasn't talking. Aw, crap. Son of a bitch. I was seeing some good stuff. So we're playing in the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. That don't make any sense. Cheez-It's Citrus Bowl. Why was it Minute Maid Citrus Bowl? You know what I mean? Anyway. God damn it. Well, let's see my job offers. I mean, I'm still staying in Michigan. Oh, Georgia Tech. What happened to Indiana's coach? They went 5-7. Got that what their ass get. See, they got their whole team won, and after that, everybody transferred. Stanford, they got a real good, I think, academic prestige and campus lifestyle. I don't know about their facilities. Uh, Virginia, hell no. That Georgia Tech one sounds so appealing, but now I'm gonna stick with Michigan State. We came far. Hey, we beat Oregon, man. So the Heisman winner ended up being James Matt. Damn, 92 overall. Okay, damn. 5'7", 191. I bet it was hard as hell tackling that guy. So bowl week 1. So I'm sticking with my same staff. If they're not at least a B minus by the end of next year, I'll probably fire them. I already looked at job offers. Top stories. Oklahoma play Ole Miss. Miami plays Florida. Georgia plays Baylor. Baylor made it. Okay. Baylor's back in the mix. UCLA plays Boise. Let's see who got to bye. Ohio State and Alabama. Notre Dame and Duke. Yeah, why is Duke? Hold on. I wanted to see something. Yes, there are quite a few YouTube videos that either directly talk about Duke being well coached, culture, discipline, scheme, attention to detail, or show it through film breakdown, behind the scenes access, and coach reviews. Here are great places to start. Behind the scenes show how they run the program. Duke football, all access with coach. Oh, they got Coach Manny Diaz. I remember. Okay, I said that they were well coached watching them. I was wondering. I thought it was a video I saw, but Duke actually has a good program going on out there. Should never let just not making the college football playoffs or winning the national championship define success. They call excellent games. They have an excellent process. Older but similar program structure. Mike Elko. Coach interviews, culture standards, how they teach. Manny Diaz. Leadership and rebuild Duke football. That was 10 months ago. Oh, this is cool. What I was doing is, I just noticed Duke, you know, and I heard a lot of things on YouTube about college football 26, how Duke, if you use Duke's playbook or whatever or anything in like a sim rebuild, like you'll win and get good success. And I'm seeing that they actually got a bye week in the college football playoffs and 12-1. And I'm like ranked number 2. So I'm thinking like something came to my mind about how well coached they are in real life. So I looked on ChatGPT to see if I could find some YouTube videos, and they do have some videos on how structured and the culture of their program is. So I'm gonna look that up later. That's cool. Yeah, 'cause I remember Coach Manny Diaz. Yeah, he's actually a good coach. Because I remember I was watching them play somebody. I don't know if it was Miami the year before last year, not 2020, 2024. I remember I was looking at how well their play calling was. And I was like, man, Diaz is a good coach. I'm gonna have to start doing some research on this team. Duke football, well coached. Manny Diaz, Duke film breakdown, Duke defense discipline. Duke. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. Current head coach is Manny Diaz. Duke's official staff page lists. That's heck. If you tell me what you mean by well, no, perfect. Okay, dang, I got some homework to do now. UCLA obliterated us. Hey, but we ended the season pretty good, 8-4. I think last year we won 9 games. I was able to save my season, save my career in '94. Oh, we didn't even play any bowl games. Okay, guess we didn't get invited to any bowl. Oh no, we play UCF. When the hell do we play them? Oh, early. Let's see what we got on the early. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Had I did this early, I would have had more recruits. Yeah, I know we're not going to be nowhere near the top. But see, I was chasing stars at the beginning, and I was chasing them out of state too. So yeah, I got a few, got 4, which is not bad. But I don't give a damn if you're a 1-star. If you're close to home and you want to play football for Michigan State, we're gonna sign you. We're gonna get you in the program and develop you. So okay. So my guy, he wants you to offer him a scholarship. That's cool. Not bad. Oh, I want to see. Oh, do they show the actual their development trait? Let's see. So he's an impact. Impact. Okay. Normal. 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 That's fine. It ain't a big deal. I just need bodies on the roster, baby. They should have a feature where academic eligibility too. Like if a guy didn't pass his SAT or whatever they take to get into college, I don't even know what the standards are anymore. But that'd be cool. Like if a guy has to take his test and he's having trouble passing, you can stop pursuing him, and if you do decide to take the risk of signing him, he won't be able to play until he meet the eligibility standards, stuff like that. I don't know how relevant that is in the current landscape of college football. Because I know after COVID, they lowered the standards for admissions. So who knows? So let's see. We got some new job offers. Let's see who else wants to offer. The one thing that Madden has that college football doesn't is a halftime show. Hold on. Oh, look at Boise State offering us. Okay, and they run a pro style offense too. Hold on. I'm about to read your comment now, and let's flash at the screen. I wish they could let us read the whole damn thing from the YouTube screen. Let's see. The one thing that Madden has that college football doesn't is a halftime. Yeah, I heard. So that's what I thought it was for. I thought it was for both games, but Madden actually showed like highlights from other games around the league. After 20 years, they could have had that in the game already. With all the technology we have now, because 2K was doing that on PlayStation 2. Iowa, South Carolina sounds appealing. Toledo. And I would have to use whatever. I don't know if I can run my scheme. I'm trying to think. To make this realistic, do I have to take... No, I'm going to run the team-specific play. But I would have to run the team-specific playbook and scheme. That's what I would have to do. Yeah. If I were to switch teams. But I'm not. So we got UCF. So now there's nothing that shows what their rating is. Hold on, let's see. Okay. Dang, we averaged 308 passing yards a game. Okay. 38 points a game still. Okay, it don't feel like it, but that's good. 154 rushing yards. Okay. Yeah, that dude right there is dangerous. I need to get him in the game more. Okay, so there's 76 overall. Oh, hold on. Let me see what UCF the scheme they run. UCF. UCF spread. Oh, Scott Frost. I remember him. He played quarterback for Nebraska in the early 2000s. He was like an option quarterback, real big dude. Very productive. When he got to the NFL, I think they moved him to wide receiver or a safety or something. Because he couldn't really process the field or throw the ball really good, but he was like a real good athlete. So they run a 4-2-5 and a spread offense. Okay. I should have took a picture of that so I won't forget. Let's see. Any changes need to be made? Anybody got better? No, everything looks, let me see. Left tackle, left guard, right guard. We upset Oregon. I think we ruined their college football playoff aspirations. I'm moving him, if he stay, yeah, he should stay. I'm moving him to the left end or left edge. And I'm putting up but speed and power rushers on the right side. And I'm putting pure power and edge setters on the left. And I'm turning off auto flip. I'm turning that off because I want my nose tackle to be a nose tackle. I'm moving forward, but he was really an edge rusher, but I moved him inside because of his body weight. But I'm going to get pure power guys and gap specialists to play nose tackle. And I'm going to get speed and power rushers, just like I did with the edge rushers. Speed and power, interior speed and power rushers are going to be my main gap penetrators. My main, since I run a 4-2-5, they're gonna be my defensive tackles, my 3 techniques. Sam, I want to get thumpers here because the special team, I want a guy who can run down and cause a fumble. Yeah, I missed that. I ain't gonna lie. Mike, signal callers, Will, lurkers. I have a thumper here, but he's gonna be a senior, so I'm gonna have to get some thumpers in the transfer portal for Sam. So defensive back, I'm gonna consider cornerback, free safety, and I'm gonna lump cornerback, free safety, and strong safety into one group so I can evaluate. Whoever's the fastest is gonna play outside corner. And then after that, I'm gonna look at whoever the second and third fastest and move them all across the field at safety. So I'm gonna need my 2 fastest guys are gonna play cornerback 1 and 2. My third fastest is gonna be free safety. Fourth and fifth, strong safety 1, strong safety 2, because I run a 4-2-5. Both safeties are on the field. I'm gonna do it from based on speed, maybe overall 2 and pursuit. But likely this guy might end up being my cornerback next year, cornerback 1, because he's like one of the fastest guys on the team. But it seems like everybody's in a good spot as far as overall. So let me make sure nothing changed for linebackers. Everything looks the same. Free safety, everything looks the same. Strong safety. Slot receiver, I don't give a damn what his rating is here. I'm putting wide receiver 3 as slot receiver 1, wide receiver 4 as slot receiver 2, and wide receiver 5 as slot receiver 3. Gadget, I don't give a damn what the rating is. Whoever's literally listed as a gadget archetype is going to play gadget. So I'm trying to recruit 3 guys that can play this position, and that's what it's going to be. In order for your team to function and play at their best, you have to clearly define the roles. Each of these positions have a tag, and the game engine define those roles. And if they're clear and decisive, your players will perform better, react better, and will not hesitate. Now, obviously, not going to guarantee you're going to win more games, but your players will respond better and always be in position to win. Be no weird glitches going on, and then the best man to win. You know what I'm saying? Then overall, we detect the outcome. You know what I mean? Play calling. You know, like how it's supposed to be. But I made a proposal to EA. I wrote an article in the EA forum about how they should simplify the roster. And you can keep the depth chart like this just for now, but I think they could do more with the depth chart, especially as far as scheme is concerned, because not everybody uses the same depth chart. It should be a depth chart for like 3-4 defenses. It should be a depth chart should be broken up into there should be an offensive depth chart and a defensive depth chart. I don't know. That's just my opinion. It should be a roster. Let's say for parallel positions like Mike, like linebacker. Instead of having Mike on the roster, just have linebacker. Instead of right edge, left edge, instead of having Mike, Sam, Will, have linebacker. Instead of having left edge, right edge, have edge. Instead of having left guard, right guard, have guard, offensive guard. Tight end is good. Like I said, Sam will be just a linebacker. Edge, like I said, just edge instead of left, right. They don't need stop tying these rigid like positional tags. You know what I'm saying? Because when you try to put the best player at each position, because it doesn't matter the CPU, they're going to put the best. They're going to put the best player, regardless of he's on the left side or right side, at a certain position. So if you got 2 left tackles that can start, they're going to put that left tackle at right, especially if he's better. If your second best left tackle is better than the right tackle, the CPU is going to put him in that position. But however, the way the game engine picks that up, it confuses the game engine, and it's like, why is this left tackle playing at right tackle? Is out of position? It's going to cause a lot of hesitation, laggy, like insta sheds. Like you ever notice where like a low rated defensive end or a pass rusher can just insta shed your 99 overall pass protector, it's because it's something in the game engine that got corrupted because players are out of position. And the way I found it's true, one, I've noticed this since the old Maddens and college footballs and back in the PlayStation 2 days. Um, Especially, I think it was Madden 21, where if you had a bunch of players out of position on the depth chart, the game would crash before it even loads up and get to the field. Because at the load up screen, they'll show matchups, and if everything's out of position, because they're trying to define the roles, they'll show you that, okay, this left tackle will be facing this right defensive end, you know what I mean, or whatever, or this wide receiver will be lined up against this cornerback, or you know what I mean, stuff like that. But if it's like all over the place, you have a left tackle at right tackle, right guard at left guard, and edge at, then you have an edge at rush D tackle one. It's going to be a mess. The game would crash. Now they don't let the game crash anymore. What they do is, what's going to happen now is the game will glitch out. You'll have like weird crap happening the whole game, and you start questioning the developers. And I don't even think the developers know this about their own game. I think it's to the point where like they keep trying to make these they try to fix the game, like the actual little intricacies of the game. I don't even think they have to do that. They just get to the point where they just fix the core of the game, which is the roster. They get the roster right, the engine will be stable, and the game will play a lot better. It'll play how it was intended to play. And I'm starting to experience that. Like once I started to define players' roles in this game, I'm starting to realize that hey, if I clearly define everybody's role, the game gonna play good. Like I said, whether I win or lose, it depends on my play calling and overall situation. You know, football. We'll let the play calling and players' abilities out, you know, dictate the outcome. So center, you can stay the same. D tackle, yeah, just have D tackle. You can have D line too, but D tackle. Then you dictate, okay, on the depth chart, it'll have nose tackle, D tackle. The D tackle likely is the penetrator, you know, the guy who has the explosiveness and the speed and the quickness to shoot whatever gap that they're responsible for, likely the B gap. But that's for more of like the four down lineman type teams who runs a 4-3, 4-2, 5, stuff like that. Nose tackle. Then on the depth chart, instead of having overall right here, just have the attributes. Then on the depth chart, you can place the guys where they will best suited. Then the overall will come into that play. It'll calculate now each role, like Sam, Will, Mike, left edge, right edge. Now the position itself on the role on the depth chart will calculate the outcome based on what each position values. So left edge, I want me a guy who can set the edge, you know what I mean? So I'll value stuff like strength, block shedding, awareness and play recognition, tackling and pursuit, you know, stuff like that, like a strong edge setter. So it might be a guy who has that. He might be, you know, might not be that good at right edge, you know, because that's more of a pass rush and weak side thing, but he might be good at that, you know what I mean? So like nose tackle, D tackle. So nose tackle, you know, you'll value, say, similar to edge rush, you value weight. I think weight should calculate into it. Strength, block shedding, you know, stuff like that. Play recognition, stay up. And then a D tackle, you gotta have a different way. So a guy who would be good at D tackle wouldn't be good at nose tackle. Or a guy at nose tackle might not be as good as D tackle, depending on, you know, if he doesn't have the traits that is more valued at that position. So a D tackle, it'd be like Aaron Donald, for example, a guy who's explosive, quick, you know what I mean? Strength would be a tiebreaker. That's like the last in the list. A guy who got finesse moves and power moves, who can play the run too, you know what I mean? It's like different things. But at first, the key thing for a defensive tackle, especially in a four-man front, like 4-3 or 4-2-5, you want a guy who can accelerate off that ball, who got a quick jump and got the agility to in a change of direction to redirect, you know what I mean, to counter the offensive lineman pass blocking. So yeah, the game is at a state where it's not 100% broken. You know what I mean? It's just the basic thing. If they can handle the basic things and really think things through, this game could play a lot better than a lot of people are experiencing it right now. And a lot of these guys are casual. A lot of these guys are not as strategic as I am who will try to break this thing down and figure it out. But if they can actually make a game where a guy could just put the best players, at the position and don't like assign a rigid tag, like in these parallel positions, like left guard, right guard. Why can't this guy just be an O guard? Like, this is my second best guard right here, but I can't put him at right guard because, like I said, it'll throw things off. And a lot of people are playing a broken game, not knowing that, hey, you're going against the engine's standards, role clarity. A left guard is not supposed to play a right guard. You know what I mean? But if you put O guard, take away the rigid tags, just put O guard. I could put whoever my best two guards can be on the field at all time without any without any confusion. The CPU will be able to pick up, okay, this guy is a guard. He can play either left or right. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So if somebody get hurt, then the third best guard, regardless if he a left guard or right guard, can just come in and fill that role. You know what I mean? Same with left tackle. Just put O tackle. Then on the depth chart, keep left and right tackle. Then you can put the attributes that weigh heavy with the tackle position. Like, I believe a lot of people forget how important quickness is for football. Is a movement position, is a movement game. So even a big 300-pound lineman need to be able to move, especially a left tackle. So you need acceleration, speed, agility, all that stuff. Strength would be last. It'd be probably last or probably not even on there because it's all about core strength more than just brute strength. But if you have all the strength and you have no technique and no movement skill, none of that matters. You can't change direction or you can't move laterally and drop back quick and get into position quick to set your hands to pass protect. None of that matters. So left tackle would value that. Right tackle, I mean, I think in a modern game, right tackle and left tackle, pretty much you need to be good at everything in the modern game. It's not as rigid as the old game where, you run the ball, have a tight end is like usually lined up on the right side. The blind side of your quarterback is usually his left side. So you need somebody, the left tackle usually protect the blind side guy. But I think nowadays your line got to be good on both sides. Yeah, tight end is not a parallel position. Cornerback, like I said, one guy wrote a good response to my forum in the EA, to my article in EA forum. Said he thought, because I had cornerback, safety, don't put strong or free safety, just put safety. And then I put DB, could be a guy who could play corner or safety. Put that position on the roster too. Or he could be like an athlete, you know what I mean? He's like the athlete of the defensive backfield. And then you can actually put, So, but the guys made the argument to say, hey, maybe instead of putting cornerback safety on a roster, put DB, and you could put your best defensive back wherever you want them. I was like, that's a good one. But my only fear of that, let's say if you did do that and the best defensive back is the safety, once the CPU decide, hey, I want the best the defensive back to play cornerback. So in the CPU teams you be playing, they'll have, let's say they said they had Caleb Downs still in the game. They'll have him at cornerback. You see what I'm saying? So that, I don't know. That'd be good, but I think just keeping clearly defining the role, still have cornerback. He could play nickelback or cornerback. Have safety. He could play free safety, strong safety, and in the hybrid defenses, he could play the star position or the rover position, the outside safety position, and free safety. Stuff like that. Just don't make the game so rigid. Not only would it help out the CPU controlled teams, which is a big problem because a lot of these teams recruit positions and they overload at one position, and it's just weird. But it'll help out with user control teams, especially for casual players. 'Cause I ain't got nothing against casual players. I want everybody to enjoy and play football. Everybody, like, football is so forgiving. It doesn't matter what level you at, you can still win with limited knowledge. But when you start to learn more about the game and to step your game up, certain things start to bother you with the football game. You know what I mean? So, and then the things that the casuals are unaware of, it bothers them and they have no answer for it. And they're not going to, take the time out of their busy lives to try to figure things out. That's the things that the game, the game developers need to do for us, or for the casual players, But hey, I'm cool. I'll keep writing them articles. They actually read them because they actually put. I gave them an actual practical way to implement nose tackle into the game, and they did it. Only thing I don't like is I know people kept asking them to put field and boundary and all that stuff. They put that in the game, but a boundary guy plays on the short side of the field, and then the field corner usually play on the wider side, and the skills should replicate that. But it's like what they just did. They just instead of putting slot cornerback, they slapped boundary on the archetype just to shut us up, and they really didn't put any thought into it on how they could play. So it's like if you want to do that, put instead of boundary is a position, not an archetype. I mean, it can be an archetype, but I'm saying like boundary is a position. The boundary corner plays a certain side of the field. So if you're going to do that, put it on depth chart. Put boundary corner, put field corner, put nickel corner. You know what I'm saying? And then they will change based on what side of the field the ball is on. So if they're on the short side of the field corner will go to the wider side. You know, stuff like that. So I mean, it's crazy, man. I don't know. And then you put zone in. I thought we was getting rid of specialist archetypes. I even said that. I said I wrote an article about specialists, like have less specialists in the game. Have a guys who can play, who could do both instead of having I want a speed rusher and a power rusher. No, just have pass rush specialists. Like you got coverage specialists for free safety. Have a pass rush specialist for defensive linemen. So interior pass rush specialist would be like I say, your three technique, the guy who can play D tackle in the four down lineman set. Have a gap specialist or like I said, a nose tackle or a run stopper, on the inside, and then have an edge setter at the end. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Don't just make specialists, but the edge setter can still develop. Like what about the guys who can do it all? You know what I'm saying? Like I was watching some film on J.J. Watt. The guy can actually. That guy had finesse. He had power. The dude could set the edge. He was smart. He could do it all. You know what I mean? He could line up at defensive end, in the 3-4 and a 4-3. He can line up head up on the tackle. He can line up inside, shading the guard. Stuff like that. Like why everybody has to have like this rigid archetype? You know what I mean? Why can't there be some unicorns in the game? Guys who can play man and zone. A guy who can win with on the D line can win with speed, finesse, and some bend. You know what I mean? Some spin moves, some bull rush. Who can do it all. But I think I'm done with my rant. So I said all that just to say we got to play UCF. So yeah, let's look at UCF. So everybody on my roster is fine. Everybody got a role. So like I said, he was my number one gadget, so I took him out because that would confuse the game engine. They'll be like, okay, what the hell is going on? Why? This guy, I had him assigned as an outside receiver. So now it's going to be a problem when I see on the depth chart he's a gadget guy too. So it's going to make him hesitate. It's going to make the whole system hesitate, offense and defense. So I noticed the team was playing a lot better and a lot more to control, a lot less freakish turnovers, like throwing interceptions out of sacks was happening. A lot less of that was happening because I simply took Marsh out of a role. So his role is to be wide receiver number 2, nothing else. He don't need to be slot wide receiver 1. He don't need to be can you put him in running back? Yeah, he don't need to be nothing else. That's his goal. So this guy's the gadget guy. He needs to be the gadget guy. So I'm gonna get 3 or 4 gadget guys on my roster just to fulfill this role. Probably just 3, just to fill this up. So everybody have a clear final goal. I want to get gap specialists and pure power guys to be my nose tackle. So like him, he is, but he's my main penetrator. Pause. So I need him to play 3 technique. But I want to get gap specialists, pure power guys to fill these roles. Nickelback, usually the bounder guys are the best ones, but cornerback, they want, just like wide receiver, they want cornerback 3, 4, and 5 to play these slot positions. So cornerback number 3 plays slot 1, cornerback 4 plays slot 2, cornerback 5 plays slot 3. They don't care about overall here. They just want a clearly defined role. This is more of a mirror than an actual chess piece. You know what I mean? It sucks, but there's other ways to get your best slot guy, your best corner, your best defensive player in the slot position, your best defensive back here. Like you use personnel packages at the beginning, like before you select the play, or before you select the formation, you can change the packages to put players somewhere without disrupting the engine stability. And like I said, this game is not a coach simulator. It's a role definition. What I had wrote it down. I forgot how I wrote what I said. Let me look through my files real quick. I remember this stuff. This is a role simulator. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's a role resolution engine. It's not a coach simulator. It's a role resolution engine. So the whole thing about this EA game is to define roles. Everybody has a role, and you got to define it. Like I said, slot cornerback is a mirror. It's not a chess piece. Yeah. So from here to here, that's what the engine wants to see. That's where is it? Yeah, that's the engine wants to see that. They don't care about the ratings. Even if this guy was rated higher in slot than he was, they still want him as slot cornerback number 3. Linebacker is another mirror. So my main linebacker hurt, but what EA wants is Mike 1 and Will 1 to be your sub linebacker 1 and 2, and then want your Sam. Even they want your Sam to be sub linebacker number 3. It's crazy. Rush D tackles. Like I said, this is not a chess piece. This is literally a mirror. Unfortunately, I'm telling you, if you go just based on overall here and then say, oh, I'm gonna put this guy and this guy here, I'm telling you, it'll throw the whole game engine off. It'll make the game so unstable, and a lot of glitches, all the weird glitches that you see happen. It's all about depth chart order. If you got a chaotic depth chart, if your depth chart is chaotic, you're gonna get a lot of chaotic gameplay. I'm talking about you're gonna be pissed, rage quitting type things happening. You know what I mean? Then you start saying things like, dang, ratings don't matter, man. But if you do this roster the way it's supposed to be done, the game will play a lot smoother. Rush edge again, right rush edge and left rush edge is a mirror. It's the mirror reflecting left edge and right edge. So you want the same people that's here to be there. You don't want to say, okay, this guy is a better rush edge than my starter, so I'm gonna have him in just for base packages and no, they don't want that. They want clear defined roles. I don't know why they put that in the game if it was gonna do that, but it's stupid. Yep, D tackle, straight down from the best to the worst. And like I said, rush D tackle is gonna rate that. Nose tackle, you want D tackle 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. O line, obviously, you want to keep everybody, whatever side that their position is, that's the side that they need to be. I don't care if your left tackle 2 is better than right tackle 1. Don't, like I said, some people are like, oh yeah, go ahead. He's a higher overall than your right tackle. But if you do that, I tell you, he's not gonna play like it. That's why they had that ability team player for emergency. So if it's a bunch of injuries, then you can move that team player over to the parallel side of the position, and he'll take a lesser overall hit. You know what I'm saying? But it won't show it. I'm telling you, if I move this guy over to right tackle, it'll throw everything off. He'll play like trash. I'm telling you. So yeah, I have to keep him at left tackle too. That's his role. That's what EA wants to see. That's what the game engine picks up. And then, like I said, it'll resolve the roles, and the game will play beautifully. Yep. Save my guards. Like I said, left guard 2 is better than right guard 1, but I can't put he'll be out of position. I can't start him. Kind of like in Ghostbusters, when you cross streams, you can't cross players. You cross streams, It'll cause a nuclear explosion. Same thing in this game. It'll cause some chaos. Yeah, so I think that's it, man. I'm done with my rant. Oh, I was supposed to look at UCF's roster. Okay, now let's look at. So they run a 4-2-5 in the spread. Okay, so they got an option quarterback, pure runner, just like Scott Frost. So he want a guy just like him. Cold Tab from West Palm Beach. Oh, this Florida speed. Oh, it's gonna hit different. Ooh, this ain't no guaranteed victory. You see, you got Miami Gardens, Louisiana. Okay, O-line. Okay, so this is the difference. Is the O-line. Yeah, their O-line is not. Okay. Now their D-line looking like it's promising. Especially on the edge. Interior, let's see. Yeah. It's not going to be Oregon, I tell you that. Okay, they got a lurker. I'm assuming he's going to be... That's stupid to have a wheel signal caller. Like, the signal caller is supposed to be the centerpiece of your defense, not on the outside. Anyway. Jakari Hill, I remember him from my UCF Dynasty in college football 25. Dang, he got 91 zone. Florida gonna have some DBs. I still don't think he can run with my guy that I got from Florida too. I got a Florida wide receiver. Okay. D.I.C. Hopkins. Okay, so these are the safeties that's gonna be on the field. Yeah, so like right here they got box specialists instead of so instead of calling him a finesse run defender or a finesse box specialist or a power box specialist. You see what I'm saying? Call him a box specialist. So instead of calling this guy a speed rusher, call him a pass rush specialist. So you could combine a speed and a power rusher. And then whatever his tendency is, he might lean more towards the speed and finesse. Just combine them. You know what I mean? I'm gonna write another art. Yeah, because they need to kind of chop down on these all these archetypes, man. And because there's a lot of players who can do. Because footballers get to the point where they don't want specialists; they want guys who can do everything. So just having these rigid archetypes is not adding nuance to the game, man. You just it's just a lot more things to think about instead of just football. You know what I mean? So simplified pass rush specialist instead of power rusher or whatever. Then you'll define, okay, this is a pass rush specialist. Now when I scout, I'll be like, okay, does this guy specialize more in speed? Should I worry more about his speed or his power? You know what I'm saying? Some guys you just can't. You just gonna have to deal with a headache, like dealing with a J.J. Watt or a Aaron Donald. You don't know what this dude's gonna do to you, or a Von Miller. You know what I mean? He could beat you anyway. And then there's, like I said, there are some pass rush specialists who prefer more finesse, and you won't know that until you scout these players. You know what I mean? So combine power and speed. Eliminate power and speed rusher, and just make one archetype called pass rush specialist. Then you can have edge setter. There's two archetypes. Have an edge setter, pass rush specialist. And then you can have a unicorn. You can have a hybrid, the guy who can do both, who can play the run, who can beat you at the speed, who can rush the passer too. You call him the hybrid or the damn unicorn or whatever. Something. Have a unicorn. And D tackle. I mean, pure power. And then you got gap specialists. I don't know. Anchor. Yeah, call him the anchor. Instead of having pure power and gap specialist, let his archetype be the anchor. And then instead of having power rusher, speed rusher, you can call him the penetrator, pause. Or you can call him the pass rush specialist too. But I would call him the the penetrator or the I don't like that. No, it sounds weird. Call him the 3 tech or the you got the anchor. Yeah, the anchor and the penetrator. I mean, if you could come up with something better than penetrator, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. Combine the power and the speed rushers. You just have 2 archetypes instead of pure power. That's weird. And just like I said, now how will this guy execute? You know, what this guy is better at? Is he better at with power? Or is he better with finesse? You know, that's when the uniqueness will come in. I mean, I kind of like the linebacker. I like that. This is perfect. Linebacker probably had like the best archetypes in the game. You know, straight to the point. You got the thumper, the signal caller, and then the lurker. I like that. That probably was like the best job they did with archetypes. Cornerback, shit, yeah, it's field the boundary, and a part of me want to. They could bring back the slot, but that's kind of slot is okay. I don't know. No, just field and boundary. And whether they're good at man or zone, they could be balanced. They're both. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, "Oh, he's a zone corner," or he's a, I don't know. You can have instead of having bump and run and just making them specialize in man coverage, just have physical corner, and then he could play man or zone. You know what I'm saying? Whatever he's best at. But at the end of the day, you know he's gonna pressure. Rather than man or zone, he gonna press the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? So you can have field boundary, physical to match those physical receivers. You know what I'm saying? And the field bound, like with field and boundary, literally have a depth chart position called field corner, boundary corner. And you have field corner 1, 2, 3, boundary corner 1, 2, 3, and then in the game, depending on what side of the ball they're on, you can move them there. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll automatically go to the side that they're good at. Like a field corner, he's gonna play more in the field. You know, he's gonna go on the wider side of the field. The boundary corner is gonna be to the tighter side of the field, where the ball is closer to the sideline. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, man. Safety. I think I like coverage specialists, box specialists, and hybrid. I mean, that's good. That's simple, self-explanatory. You got 2 specialists, then you got the guy who can do both. You know what I mean? And I think the hybrid is more better suited for the modern game, especially for these hybrid defenses. Yeah, so I think I need to start recruiting those specialists because Nick Saban created that 4-2-5 defense with the star position specifically to stop these modern spread teams, and he always emphasized not recruiting specialty guys. He always recruited guys who could do it all, who can stay on the field with those up-tempo offenses. Like they had them up-tempo, no-huddle offenses. You need a guy who can play in any situation. That's why I said get rid of pure zone. And then we know the bump and run, he's pretty much just a glorified man. He just slapped bump and run on a man coverage guy from last season. Man to man, you know. Come on, EA. So I say field boundary, physical. Those would be the 3 cornerback archetypes. Yeah, I like this. I like what they got with say coverage specialists, box specialist, hybrid. So if you like the specialist, yeah, go for it. But I'll recruit the hybrid. Okay. Yeah, I think I like that. That's it. Running back. They should literally have an all-purpose guy, like Christian McCaffrey. Then you got you can have your East-West playmaker. You can have your elusive bruiser. You can have your contact seeker. Instead of having backfield threat, you have an all-purpose, a guy who can be there's a combination of backfield threat, East-West playmaker, or whatever archetype. You can have the physical back all-purpose guy, or you can have the elusive all-purpose guy. But usually, them all-purpose guys are more elusive than physical. You know, they're more nimble. But yeah, man, fullback. I think it's cool. I don't know. I'm gonna write an article on that. Matter of fact, but that's gonna be my assignment. Let me see. Yeah, speed rusher, power rusher. Come on, man. Just combine them. Pass rush specialist or penetrator instead of pure power anchor. He could have power moves. Blocks, everything that goes with being an anchor of a 3-4 defense. Then on the edge, you got edge setter and pass rush specialist. Simple. I like what they got with the linebackers, cornerbacks, field boundary, physical, box specialist, cover specialist, hybrid. Yeah, I don't need all those archetypes. Then you got a guy who can play probably cornerback. Yeah, he can play either side. Yeah, field or boundary. Like the physical cornerback, they're gonna be lined up wherever. You know what I mean? Yeah, whatever. Man, I don't know. Looks like we can run the ball this game. Okay, but I'm gonna end the stream here, man. I appreciate y'all for watching. I think my rant at the end was very productive, and it gave me an idea to. I mean, I'm gonna write a EA forum article. I'm gonna start posting the articles that I write in my in the description. I'm gonna start doing that so y'all can go read them, and y'all can probably share them so everybody can see it. EA can see it. Like I said, they did. They saw. I know they saw what I wrote. I wrote a lot. I made a lot of suggestions. They got the bump and run because of me. I put physical corner archetype, but they called it bump and run. And I don't care if they use. I'm not going to get mad if they take my idea and don't give me credit for it. I don't give a damn. I just want to play a good game. I wrote an article about the athletic facilities dictating the potential growth of every player. Like, like if you see the guys who have like the most state of the art facilities, the players are bigger, stronger, and faster. You know what I mean? So that what separates the great programs from the smaller programs who can't afford good facilities. You know what I'm saying? You'll see the difference on the field of the players that they field, stuff like that. They took that idea. I don't know how much impact it had, but whatever. Nose tackle, edge, they took that position and that idea, and they did okay with the execution, but I still think they need to do a better job of weighing the attributes of the nose tackle. They need to separate the difference between the D tackle. No, a D tackle should be able to play nose tackle, because he's got a different skill set. A nose tackle should be able to play D tackle as well, stuff like that, man. But yeah, it's cool. I'm gonna write the article. Appreciate y'all for watching. I'll be back on tonight because I'm not done. I'm gonna play this game. But